So I want you to take a second and revert back to the wrestling days. Not yours personally, but watching.
Okay, because I did wrestle.
I know. That's why I clarified very quickly. I didn't want anybody here thinking about you in them tight pants or whatever they call it, unitard thing.
A singlet.
So let's also think about, let's say you're going to walk in a room one night with your significant other, like, ready for quality time. What wrestler's theme music would you want to play?
Oh, God. What do you think?
I mean,
it doesn't matter what you think. Know your role and shut your mouth, jabroni.
Wow. I don't think you're going to get very far with that move, John.
I'm just saying, I don't like your question. I mean, what are you, Val Venus?
No.
I mean, it wouldn't be The Rock. The Rock would be too aggressive. Stone Cold would be too aggressive. Maybe Shawn Michaels?
I'm asking you, just seeing where you'd go with this.
I don't know. Where would you go?
Ric Flair.
You would do the Space Odyssey?
Dun-dun. Robe and all, baby. Done.
You know what I'd probably do? Hulk Hogan. I am a real American.
Oh, wow.
All right, our guest, Abby, what about you? You're here. What's your wrestling theme music?
I don't think I know any wrestlers' theme songs, to be perfectly honest. You guys started talking about this and I instantly am picturing Rocky, but that's boxing.
That's fine. That works.
That's all I got.
All right, let's start the show. Hello, everyone. My name is John Edwards, and with me is Zeke Baker, and together we make the Dad's Drink of Bourbon. Wherever you are, whatever time it is, thank you for making us part of your day. Say hello to the folks, Nature Boy, Zeke Baker. Woo! Are you styling and profiling tonight?
It's almost like if you misspelled aloha, you get a woo out of there somehow.
I'm super excited. So we were recording a few shows tonight. One of my good friends, Abby, from the show Bourbon and Blondes, just happens to be in Nashville visiting family for Thanksgiving. She put out a story that she was getting Chattanooga whiskey. This is no lie. This is how this happened. And she said, I'm getting Chattanooga whiskey. Dad's Drink of Bourbon would be proud of me. And I said, oh, wait, I forgot you're coming in town this week. Zeke and I are recording tonight. What are you doing? And she said, I can be here in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And you were.
I was. I drove very quickly. Also, there's a lot of cops in Tennessee, so that was risky.
From Spring Hill to Franklin?
I don't know. I saw like 5.
It must be because it's a holiday weekend, because they're typically not out like that.
I was flying, though. It felt great.
Now, granted, was this like at a eating establishment or a Krispy Kreme, or were they actually like spread out?
Oh, come on. Low blow.
I think it was Dunkin' Donuts.
You never know till you ask.
Listen, I will tell you, my dad, who is a retired sergeant, never ate donuts. Was not a donut fan.
He didn't live. Donuts are amazing.
John, you've never had a McRib.
I haven't had a McRib, but
okay, neither have I.
I do like a McGriddle.
That's also not a donut.
It's not a donut, but it's a pancake infused with syrup with sausage in the middle and a pancake infused with syrup on the bottom.
That's what you got before the Willick pick, and I cussed you saying that damn syrup was going to be too thick and mask your tongue and it's going to affect you for the pick.
I didn't have coffee. I had orange juice for you.
I know. Baby steps.
I did.
I remember cussing
Did you
in the
want
car.
to eat saltines?
No, half the time we laugh because John's a big coffee person in the morning.
Oh.
So if you go to a pick in the morning, it's like coffee will stain your tongue.
Yeah.
And John always says, oh, it doesn't affect it. I'm like, bullshit. You drink coffee, we're going to have a problem.
But what he doesn't realize is with a 3-year-old, and also the fact that I edit the show and he doesn't, and I get maybe 4 to 5 hours of sleep a night,
Correct.
I live on caffeine. So I drink coffee and I probably drink too much soda. I throw a lot of water in there too, but
Yeah, I'm the same.
I need to stay awake.
You're telling me the 3-year-old causes more havoc than my 4 and 1.
Yeah. I'm talking about my 3-year-old in particular. My 3-year-old is like a sweet and sour patch kid.
Oh, no.
She'll be the sweetest little Disney princess one moment, and then she'll be slapping you in the face the next.
I don't have children, and I'm the same with coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you drink it from morning to night, and life is good.
You gotta live. And you don't live when you're sleeping. I don't get stuff done when I'm sleeping. I get stuff done.
Except rest.
Yeah. But
sort of important.
rest is overrated.
Most days.
Editing a podcast is not.
True. I have to edit mine, and it's a nightmare.
You edit yours. Tell everyone before we get into this Peerless Bourbon that we actually have tonight. Tell everyone a little bit about your podcast because we're so. I mean, you just were on Perry's show.
Yeah,
this is my bourbon podcast. Love Perry. Pear Bear.
So great. Pear Bear.
You got to call him Pear Bear.
We didn't call him Pear Bear, but now I will.
Pear Bear is one of my favorite people. He is one of the nicest people.
So great.
His show is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I did a show with him. He still has to come on ours, but I actually did it so that study room I was showing you, the way that we did it is that I recorded in my Zoom and he recorded in his Zoom.
Yes.
And then I sent him the audio, so we video chatted.
That's how we did it.
But then I sent him the audio from mine.
I recorded in GarageBand because, it's easier that way for us.
But then he got the clean audio of both of them together.
So much smarter than how we have been doing remote podcasts with Skype. And I'm not a tech person, but I happen to be our tech person.
It's good, though, because you ask a lot of people for questions, which is a good thing. And there's a lot of people that are willing to help in the bourbon community.
Oh my gosh, the bourbon community is phenomenal.
We just like having in-person interviews. That's just...
I support it.
We just like the vibe because even if you're video chatting, it's still like, am I going? Are you going? Who's, it's just...
There's that little delay and it disconnects you a little.
Tell everyone a little bit about your show because I am a big fan of your show. I listen to your show.
Bourbon and Blondes. What should I say about it? It's Elena and I. And Elena's not here because she's in Cambodia.
What's she doing there?
That girl travels more than anybody I know. She's been to over 45 countries. It's ridiculous.
Must be nice.
Yeah. I feel very plain talking to her. So it's Elena and I, and we do a bourbon tasting. We talk about the distillery of the bourbon, blah, blah, blah. We tie it into our word of the episode, which I thought was great on Perry's show. He copied us. He goes, I'm going to give you guys a word, and that's what we're going to talk about. And we're like, great, we're good at this. We tie the bourbon and the distillery into our word of the episode. It's like strength and courage and, all those inspiring words. Talk about what it means to our lives. And usually at the end, we either tie it into something funny that happened or female empowerment, just talk about life.
Which is good. I would do something like that on this show, but we don't. And
you shouldn't, because I love your guys' show. And just the way it is.
And the thing that we just kind of say is, and it was tough because I was talking to a female distiller about this. Mm-hmm. We don't love to mention if there's a woman on the show because I hate that stupid question so you're a woman in whiskey. What's that like?
Having to talk about it. It shouldn't be a thing.
It's not a thing.
Yeah.
But what they were saying, what the distiller said back is until it stops becoming a thing, it needs to be a thing. Mm-hmm. And I still hate that it's a thing. I mean, we have plenty of people. I know.
It is what it is,
It is what it is, but we just know that your podcast and you are people that really care about whiskey and you get into it and you do your research.
And we're still in the learning phase of all of it.
But you put time in and it's easy to tell when you listen to your show that you've researched the distillery, you know what's going on, you have a little bit of history behind it. And it's really cool you're getting out to a whole bunch of events in St. Louis, and we love that.
Yeah, I had no idea there were so many events.
Well, you guys just did a big thing for Movember.
That was amazing.
On Fox Sports.
Yeah, the Fox Sports Midwest Live. So St. Louis has the Ballpark Village, so it's right by Busch Stadium. It's all kinds of bars, restaurants, whatever. So Fox Sports Midwest Live and the Fox Sports broadcast, it's all in that facility. So Fox Sports Midwest Live is the bar, stage, all of that. And they partnered with St. Louis Beard and Mustache Club, and we had this huge event. It was for VIP, you got free bourbon tastings. So we had Lux Row was there, Angel's Envy was there, Bullet was there. I don't know, just all kinds of stuff. And we did a fundraiser, and there was a beard competition. This guy, they call him Pimp Daddy or something. He was in this purple plaid suit, and his beard, it looked like an octopus. So he had done tentacles and curled them up back towards his face. It didn't move.
Did he hairspray that?
I was way too intimidated to ask this question. I was like, wow, this is amazing. He goes, thank you. And he was super humble. He goes, I'm number 2 in the country for freestyle beard competitions. I'm like, oh, Have fun.
You know what the proper response would have been? You know, man, if you keep working, you can get number one.
I should have been like, who's first?
Well, no, I mean, just hang in there. Maybe one day you'll get to be
You
number
might get.
one.
You're looking a little gray, but you might get there.
I grow it a little bit, and then
Yeah.
I look at myself, and eventually I shave it because I kind of look like a homeless person.
Yeah, same.
If it goes too long. Zeke has a pretty sweet mustache sometimes.
Once.
Everybody.
Only once?
One time. When my first child was born, I decided I'd let my hair grow and ended up letting it grow long enough to donate it. Second child was born.
He did have a really good man ponytail for a while.
I wasn't going to do that experience again. It was just a little much. So
You
I
don't
thought,
say.
well, why not? We'll go with a mustache. I've never had one. My dad used to rock one for years. We'll see what old Zeke looks like.
How did you feel about it?
I think people took me way too serious about it. I did it completely jokingly. I had no aspiration of it looking good, so to speak, other than being even and balanced. But it grew for some
So it
time.
was like crooked?
No, I mean, I was saying, as long as it was, even on both sides and whatnot, I was fine with it.
okay.
But I had no aspirations of it, ever looking good, even in my own eyes.
And
it was
you-
very much a joke.
You are active in the Dad Drinking Bourbon Facebook page.
Yeah.
And if you look at the Dad Drinking Bourbon Facebook page, there are plenty of people on a daily basis that say, hey, Zeke, I wish you still had your mustache.
Do they
I don't know
provide
about that often.
reasoning
Like,
for
this
it?
is me with a long beard.
That is really long.
I went for a while and really let it go. Yeah, that
much.
got nixed. It just gets too froey. Like it's. I need one of those combs that keeps it down. But I'm trying to find a good one of Zeke.
Let's see. That's fantastic. Well done.
Zeke likes my cowboy shirt in that picture.
Oh, wow. You're going to go. You got to go all out, right?
I mean,
better
Elena
or
jokes
worse.
about waxing her mustache all the time. So,
I don't think she has a mustache.
no, because she waxes it. So you would never know.
Good for her.
You should do that for your head, John. It'd be easier than shaving.
So I will tell you that every February, and you are invited now, and make sure you bring Elena. We do a Dad Drinking Bourbon anniversary party.
Oh, fun.
So that last picture
from
was
that.
from our anniversary party. So we just do a big bottle share. We tell everybody
Oh, yeah.
to come on in and hang out. It's at Zeke's
Done.
Airbnb. We have a good time. I want to let you know that today's show is sponsored by CaskCartel.com, changing the industry standard in how you receive your alcohol. They are like the Amazon of the spirits industry. So what they do is they match together merchants with buyers. So if you go to CaskCartel.com, you're going to find a place that's selling whiskey, vodka, tequila, mezcal, gin, scotch, whatever it is. You're going to find something. They're going to be there. You order it, it shows up right at your door. Also follow them at Cask Cartel on Instagram. They're always doing cool giveaways. Right now they're doing a Pappy giveaway of Pappy samples. Go to CaskCartel.com, get the world's best spirits delivered directly to your door, and follow them on Instagram at Cask Cartel.
Sounds like a much better late night match than swiping left or right.
Yeah, been there. It was a while ago, but I've been there.
You can't hate on it. Some people love it.
It is a good pastime.
Yeah, you got that 2-second judgment, and it's almost addictive.
I almost think it's like going to a bar because there has to be like an attraction.
True.
So you're going to a bar and you're getting past that, do I find you attractive thing? And then it's like, all right, well, now I have to talk to you. And that's when cheesy people say like, how many push-ups can you do?
Yeah.
It's got to be rough out there for you.
My opener on dating apps has and probably will always be, if I ever download them again, chicken and waffles or biscuits and gravy.
Ooh.
And depending on that answer, conversation moves forward or not.
You got to tell everyone what's the right answer.
No, because anybody who listens is going to be like, oh my God, my match having a bubble. I have to say this.
They're going to be blowing up
No.
your Instagram and being like,
At
hey,
Bourbon and Blondes, I choose this. Denied.
I got some biscuits and gravy. You want to come over?
No, nobody makes better gravy than me. Sorry.
It's so conditional, though. It's all about where you're getting it.
The gravy or...
The biscuits,
It's all,
too.
the whole meal aspect, the whole chicken and waffle, the biscuit and gravy. I mean,
Well, I mean, yeah, but in general, you got to pick one.
yeah, I'd be the assholes like, all right, well, where are they coming from? Like, I at least have to know that
What
much.
is it? A free range chicken?
No, like the name of the location serving it or who's making it.
Like what restaurant?
Like,
Yeah.
is it Loveless Cafe biscuits? You've never been to
Is
Loveless
that here in Nashville?
Yeah.
Well, I don't live here, so I don't know.
I think it's overrated.
The biscuits there, though, I could go there all the time.
Overrated.
What about Biscuit Love?
I'm not waiting in a 3-hour line.
If you go to the one in Hillsborough Village, it's not.
Oh,
There's one in Franklin now, too.
I don't doubt it. But no, I mean, soul food. That's all about who cooks it.
Bad biscuits are...
Exactly. That's why it's hard to put out two options of like Southern comfort, soul food kind of things, and then say you got to pick one of these two without knowing who's presenting
So,
you
like,
the
if
plate.
we match on Bumble and you come at me with this as your answer, like, unmatched block.
You would block over
You
that?
can't.
Oh no,
you
no,
gotta
it's way too
make
early
up
of a
your
question.
mind.
It's too early of a question, but
Nope.
at the same time, I couldn't, in good faith, answer it without knowing
Which restaurant we're going to where you would have to order
who's serving
this?
it.
See, I think it's a direct...
I mean, it could even be something as dumb as like, Mama's home cooking. We're sold. I'll trust whoever Mama is.
Right.
But at the same time, you say something, janky, like, oh, no.
I think the problem is we've drank too much whiskey. So someone could be like, okay,
True.
I have a Four Roses pick. And Zeke and I would be like, all right, what tier is it? What warehouse is it? What recipe is it? Like there's a lot of
There's
other
so
questions.
many more questions.
There's
yeah.
a lot of variables. And then
True.
it's like, okay, well, is it buttermilk waffles or is it a fruit waffle? Like, is it a blueberry waffle? Because I wouldn't put blueberry waffles
Wait, I'm
with
sorry.
chicken.
Who? Yeah, no.
Well, no, I'm saying I wouldn't do it.
With chicken?
I wouldn't do it.
John, you're going in timeout soon, buddy.
I'm just saying I wouldn't do that.
Then why would you even bring it up?
Because what if some asshole out there wants to have blueberry waffles with chicken?
Serial killer.
So
That's not acceptable.
Well, no, let's just say
That thought has
hypothetically.
never even entered my mind.
I'm just
Why is it
saying,
in yours?
hypothetically, say that her correct answer is chicken and waffles. And then some freak show says like blueberry waffles and chicken. You're going to be like, block.
Nobody even has
block.
that on the menu, though.
Some people do.
No.
People do.
What restaurant has a
IHOP.
this type of waffle on the menu with
okay,
fried
well, if you're
chicken?
taking me to IHOP, it's over anyway.
No.
It's a good question, guys. This is why it starts a conversation.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but I feel like you'd be very judgmental very quickly
Oh, 100%.
based off.
But
the
if I
answer.
come at you with a judgment, you can't back it up, then
Oh, I mean, but do you at least give them a chance to defend themselves after they say they're
always.
wrong? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. That's good. You
But
give
to
them the
that
benefit
degree,
of the
though.
doubt.
If you're going to ding them for the IHOP, what about the Waffle House?
I don't know. What time of day are we going to Waffle House?
Midnight or later?
Sign me up. That's when it's good.
That's when
The
you
rest
get
of the day, you're like, ooh, I can't eat there.
Pass.
That's when you get those smothered and
Thumbs up.
covered hash browns. It's something about having like cheese just all over the hash browns at like 2 a.m.
There may or may
just
not have been a
about
Waffle
cheese.
House on like the walk home from downtown in college. And at least maybe one time I may have forgot to pay, and then I was in there again. And they were like, "Hey, bud, you forgot to pay last time you were here. You were with a girl. We didn't want to make you look bad, but could you
Not
pay
close."
the people?" Like, yes, thanks.
All right, we are 22 minutes into this episode, and we haven't drank what we have here. We have a sample of Peerless Bourbon. It is 4 years and 3 months old. There are 2 barrels that were actually put into this. So there's one that was 1,292 days and one that's 287 days. I'm not 100% sure how that works.
Same juice, 2 barrels. You take out of one, you put it in another, and that's the length of time that it sat in each one. It was
Everything
distilled and barreled, sat in the first barrel for how many ever days you just said?
And then
the big,
sat in
the
the
big
second
number?
barrel for the next one.
Yep.
I'm following you.
And I don't know, honestly, if that's intentional or not. I do remember seeing something like a promo, an article or something they put out, and it had a video clip. And it did talk about them having some leakers and other whatnot with their barrels and having to, move the juice instead of losing it. But that the TTB would still let you call that a single barrel and whatnot. Again, by no means very well educated or versed on that. Just something I saw one day on the phone.
That's not the first time you've made that statement about anything.
Exactly.
It does say it's a double oak. They do call it out. Another thing about Peerless we should mention, they have their 2-year-old rye, which was later a 3-year-old rye. We have reviewed that before in the show. But just like the rye, this is a sweet mash. So they completely clear out the still after every run, clean that out, and put all new stuff in before the next run. And if you listen to our latest episode with Wilderness Trail and Dr. Pat Heist, he does kind of go into that a little bit more because Wilderness Trail does a sweet mash. So there's a whole bunch of stuff, when he was talking about the sour mash that is left over is not as cool as people think it is. It's not actually saving as much as distilleries would tell you that it was. And I would trust Dr. Pat over a lot of other people on that. But if you want more details, I know we're already pretty deep into this episode anyway, but if you want more details, go ahead and listen to that Wilderness Trail episode. Zeke, I would have you go first, but a lady is here and she is a guest. Abby,
pressure is on.
No pressure. What did you get on the nose here?
Know. You guys, I'm so bad at this. I cheat half the time.
What?
I look it up. I'm like, okay, do I smell this? Do I not? I'm a rookie.
Close your eyes and picture whatever it is. Like if it's pepperoni pizza, it's pepperoni pizza.
Now I'm going to tell you Peerless smells like pizza.
Well, no, don't. But I'm saying like whatever it is. Like
we're getting a little citrus on the nose. How about that?
You don't have to say it's like anise and marzipan and all that. If you're like, this tastes like vanilla ice cream or this smells like vanilla ice cream.
It does not taste like vanilla ice cream. I don't even know what
I'm just throwing out things.
I don't know. A little spice, but I don't know. Nothing really stands out.
Zeke?
Nose-wise, initial take, it reminded me of like opening a bag of marshmallows. And not that it smelled overly like strong and pungent toward a marshmallow, but like marshmallow dust, if that's a thing. Like literally like very faint of like opening a thing of marshmallows. Mm-hmm. Just that remnant scent that you kind of pick up a little bit. Diving a little further in, to me, I really got a strong presence of red corn. Like strong red corn. I don't know if that's what they're using in their mash, but to me it really reminds me of that specific kind of smell that comes off of stuff that's had red corn in it.
I get big orange. I know you said citrus, Abby, but...
we can narrow it down to orange.
But I get a big orange kick on the nose. I do get a little bit of like that sweet marshmallow that...
It's literally just the dust.
But it's
like a bag of Lucky Charms almost.
But yeah, I mean, whatever that
dusty
that comes off, that's kind of there. Not like when you eat it or have one right up under your face, but you got it in your hands and it kind of wafts up a little bit.
Well, I mean, I think the thing on this one is when you take a nose, it's almost like the dust went up in your nose, like it's like coating the hair that's in there, and then you're kind of like, all right, that's where I'm getting the dust. It just like it feels like there's stuff coming off the top.
I mean, I was talking about like smelling a dusty remnant, not like a dusty substance going up my nose.
No, but it kind of...
I mean, it feels like the same, sort of.
No, it doesn't.
See, she gets me.
You're out, Zeke. See ya.
Here, we're about to call it Dad and Blonde drinking bourbon. You've been voted off the island. What'd you get on the taste here, Zeke?
I already said what I tasted.
Oh.
I pay attention. She did say what she tasted.
I didn't know there was anything to add. I feel like when people talk about it, they kind of like circle back and say, okay, maybe this or that was there. Just giving fair chance.
What did I say it tasted like? I forgot.
Heat.
I don't know.
I'm so focused on marshmallow dust. I can't get past that.
You said you didn't really get much of anything, is what you did say. Is you're like, I'm not really getting a whole lot.
Nothing strong, yeah.
No, palate-wise, I'm the same there. I mean, literally from the tip of the tongue to the back, I just get a fair singe. I mean, the proof on this is only 107.4, but literally I just get singe front to back, hardly any profile or flavor. Then kind of going off of a little bit of a tangent, I almost wonder if it's something to do with the barrels or the char, the way they're aging or something, but, you know, their ryes that we've had, to me, they have an extremely, strong char influence of just saltiness and puckered up. I mean, literally, there was one or two of those single barrels that were so dry, it was hard to, like, swallow down because literally my whole mouth felt like it was going to just invert. To me, at this point, I just have to equate that coming off of the char of the barrel. Otherwise, I don't know why juice would have that component to it. There's nothing in the mash that should yield that type of profile.
I can see a lot of people liking this, though. For a 4-year, if you like that profile, it's not bad. I mean, there's
what profile? Burn?
No.
Drink moonshine.
I think it's I think it's people that like a dry wine. That's kind of what.
I mean, I've had bourbon and whiskey aged in cab barrels, and
we're not big fans of that.
Yeah, I know.
They're
They're not that hot though. They have a different profile. They're dry. They're not hot.
They're
though.
dry. Yeah, this is a more.
I mean, that's just like
this is a burn.
a weird prickly, spicy kick, literally from the tip of the tongue to the back. Which those are different senses. You know, you shouldn't get that, especially from something that's barely over 100 proof.
And it's not my most favorite. There's not a lot that makes it stand out either way. You know, what they did is they came out with a safe pour where, I mean, I know you're getting heat. Just like our palates are different, I don't always get the same heat as you. I do get the dryness on here, but it's not singeing.
Well, did you taste anything? Do you have any specific notes?
Not really, and that's the problem is where I said it's safe, right? That it's just like, oh, someone's like, oh, there's nothing here that's
You're
really...
not going to offend somebody who doesn't like something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But...
You still got to taste something.
I think you offend them when you put it out at, 75 to 100 for a 4-year whiskey that doesn't really have an outstanding taste either way. That's where I think Peerless' biggest problem has been, from the rye that originally was priced at $120 when it first came out a few years ago. And then you have this bourbon that's 70 to $100. I just don't think it's priced according to the taste that I get from it. This is a $40 pour.
That's fair.
That Heaven Hill we had was 7 years and $40. I'll buy cases of that before I'd buy an ounce of that.
I think Tennessee has proven that you can have craft distilleries that come out with a good product for not a price that's going to break the bank. And to me, I just would not spend that much for this.
Not after tasting it, no.
But that's why you got to taste everything, because you got to find out for yourself. And you're going to start finding out, you're going to put out those ISOs, like 1 ounce. Please give me 1 ounce of whatever.
I usually go to the bars.
Another ounce of M20 coming?
I'll let you know.
We did that before. We did a Michter's 20.
Nice.
We got an ounce of it each.
Wow.
We paid
That's
$75 for an ounce each to do a show.
Wow.
That's why we don't make money on this show.
Yikes. I just go to my favorite bars and I'm like, okay, what's new? Let's taste it. And then I'm in or I'm out.
That's what you should do. I mean, you should get out there. You should taste stuff. You should see what you like and go for that. I think, is everyone...
It's a for me.
Zeke?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a pass at this point.
I don't have an official rating. It's just
I mean, honestly, there's just no flavor. And if 3 people don't taste anything but a singe, and from the tip of your tongue to the very back, something's just not right in there.
I didn't have a singe, but I just think there's a lot of alternatives I would go to for something like this. Like, I think if they're trying to make a balanced, enjoyable pour, I think there's other distilleries that I would go to first. Mm-hmm. For now.
You never know. Maybe they come out with something better.
Yeah.
Get that flavor right.
I do want to mention that all of our glassware is provided by distilleryproducts.com. If you are a bourbon group, if you are a store, if you are a distillery, go to distilleryproducts.com. We have a whole bunch of people that come to us all the time and say, you know what, John, Zeke, thank you guys for passing me over to distilleryproducts.com, and Vicky's great over there, and we got Glencairns, or we got Wee Glencairns. The Wee Glencairns, it's a Wee Glencairn. They have those at distilleryproducts.com. They have the Tuath glass. They have the Dram glass. They have the neat glass. All that kind of stuff. They have flasks. They have decanters. It's wholesale pricing. It's great stuff. Great people. Laser etched. Go to distilleryproducts.com. Abby, tell everyone, thank you so much for coming, first and foremost.
You're so welcome. Thanks for having me on 30-second notice.
It's okay. Tell everybody where they can go to find out more about Bourbon and Blondes.
Well, Instagram's probably the best. So at Bourbon and Blondes on Instagram. We have a Facebook. It's Bourbon and Blondes on that. And then our website, bourbonandblondes.com.
Awesome.
Very simple, straightforward.
Zeke, the folks can find us on Instagram at Dads Drink Bourbon, Twitter at Bourbon Dads, Facebook at Dad's Drinking Bourbon. Find us wherever you download your podcast. Wherever you go, we are on it. Please leave us an open and honest review, just like we leave an open and honest review about the whiskey we drink. We did provide our own sample of Peerless this week, so we did not get it from them. Zeke, where else can the folks find us?
Playing Mario Kart.
Cheers.
Ciao.